Good morning. How are you guys? Okay. In last session, we start our revision on the quarter 3 from the revision sheet part 1. Okay? Now we will complete the sheet. Firstly, I would to know that you understand the difference between G0, G1, S, G2, M. Okay? What is the difference between all these letters? Who know the answer? Who know the answer? Guys, be more active, please. Guys, no one know the answer? Muhammad Tamer. Muhammad Tamer. Muhammad Samir. Okay, Muhammad Samir. What is the answer? Muhammad Samir. Bara.
Mister,
Yeah. You see,
أنا يا شيخ
I know. Muhammad Sheikh, use the mic, please. Amr Khalid, what is the question? What is the difference between G0, G1, S, G2, M? All of these letters inside the cell cycle. What is the difference between all of them? Muhammad Samir, Muhammad Tamer, Okay. Use the mic.
قاعد
Okay. Fatima. Fatima, use the mic.
مستر G0 هي السيل اتراست. G1 بيحصل في increase السايز و synthesis of 20 amino acids، وال synthesis stage اللي هي ال S stage بيحصل duplication لل DNA، وال G2 بيحصل increase of the number of organelles. بس
M.
ايوه
M.
division of the components of the nucleus or the nucleus. Cytokinesis division of the cytoplasm.
Right, okay. In S stage, you say that duplication of DNA, right?
Yes.
What is the meaning of duplication of DNA?
It makes another copy.
New copy of
DNA.
excellent. ما شاء الله. Good. Ask my God to protect me. Okay. The first question: which cells undergo cell division? We say that all types of cells or all types of living organisms, whether it prokaryotes or eukaryotes, undergo cell division. So the answer will be letter D, both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Muhammad Samir. Muhammad Samir or Muhammad Samir?
مصر انا محمد سامر ومحمد الشيخ انا محمد سامر التاني محمد سمير.
Samir. Okay, Muhammad Samir, you don't understand anything, right? Use your mic, please. Muhammad Samir. Muhammad Samir. Which part you don't understand it? Okay. Number 2, cell division in eukaryotic cells is a complex process because of the multiple chromosomes, the nucleus, the many organelles. The cell division in eukaryotic cells more complex because all of them it have multiple chromosomes, multiple cells, and many organelles, and have the nucleus. So they have different stages, like interphase, like mitosis, like cytokinesis. Okay, so the answer will be letter D. Number 3, most routine metabolic process occur during which phase of the cell cycle? Metabolic process or the cell preparing for the rest process or the division during G1 or growth phase. As your friend Fatima explained the phases, in the S phase, duplication of DNA, make new copy of DNA. Growth phase 2, G2, division or making of most of organelles. The M phase, which means mitosis, the nucleus of the cell is divided. Okay, any question in this page? Next one. The correct order of the eukaryotic cell, the cell cycle. The correct order for the cell cycle of the eukaryotic is G1, S, G2, and M. Okay, and we say that in the last session M includes cytokinesis. M includes cytokinesis. Okay? Okay, guys?
Okay, يا مستر okay.
Okay. Number 5. The correct order of prokaryotic cell division is letter A, cytokinesis, the first, then DNA replication, and the last step, chromosomes segregation. Letter B, DNA replication, then chromosomes segregation, last step, cytokinesis. Letter C, growth, then DNA replication, and the last step, mitosis. Letter D, DNA replication, then mitosis, then cytokinesis. The question asks about the cell division, not the cell cycle. Okay? Cell division, not the cell cycle. Cell division start from S phase. Okay? The DNA replication, then mitosis, which includes 4 phases, and the last step of mitosis, which is cytokinesis. Okay? So the right answer, D.
Mr. هو ايه chromosome segregation؟
Okay. What is the meaning of chromosomes segregation? Fatima, did you remember the stages or the phases of mitosis?
Yes.
Okay, what is the phases of mitosis?
اللي هو what? I can't remember. اللي هو metaphase, anaphase, prophase و
The correct order, please.
telophase.
The correct
مش
order,
عارفة.
please.
I don't know the order.
You don't know?
I don't know the order.
What
I
is the
think
order?
prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase.
Excellent. Okay. You know what occurs during each one of them?
Not really.
Okay. During prophase, we say that DNA in the shape of chromatin, right?
Yes.
And above the nucleus, there is 2 centrioles.
Yes.
After prophase, metaphase. Nucleus,
Yes.
pay attention, guys, pay attention. I will explain mitosis division in details. Okay? The first one, prophase. The nucleus contains the DNA in the shape of chromatin, not chromosomes. Okay? In the shape of chromatin, not chromosomes. Above the nucleus of the cell, there is 2 centrioles. 2 centrioles. The 2 centrioles, the main function of the centrosome, or the 2 centrioles, as we studied in the first quarter, is formation of spindle fibers. Okay? The spindle fiber attach the chromosomes from the midpoint, which is centromere. Okay, guys? Each chromosomes attached by spindle fiber at the middle from the centromere. At the end of prophase, the nuclear membrane disappears. The nucleus disappears. Okay? The second phase, mitosis. The spindle fiber, which attached to the chromosomes, still push the chromosome and pull it. As a result, of this pool, okay, the chromosomes arranged at the cell equator, at the cell equator. In anaphase, the spindle fiber still pull the chromosomes until the chromosomes splits in two halves, or separated. Each group of chromatids migrates to the end of the cell, each pool of the cell. After that, the cell shrink at the middle to be ready to divide it into two new cells. The last step, telophase, the shrink of the cell is completed, so it will produce two new cells. Each one have identical chromosomes, identical components, identical functions as the other one and the parent cell. What happens when the chromosomes splitting or separated? In anaphase, the chromosomes separated and segregation. What is the meaning of segregation? For example, if we have chromosomes that carry the trait of hair color and chromosomes carry the trait of eye color. When the chromosomes that carry the trait of eye color splits in two halves, so it become two chromatids, each one of them carry the trait of the hair color. Both of them doesn't migrate in the same direction. Why? To make the new cells have identical chromosomes. So the first half, for example, we say that the two chromatids, the two groups of chromatids migrates to the pool of the cell, each pool. The first one migrates at the top of the cell. The second group migrates to the down of the cell. And when the cell divided, so the two new cells have the chromosome that carry the trait of hair color inside it, each one of them. So it is the meaning of segregation. Segregation meaning the chromosome splitting into two halves, and each one of these halves migrate to each one of the new cells to be all of them or both of them identical to each other. So it is the meaning of chromosome segregation. Did you got it?
Yes, but I didn't get the metaphase.
The metaphase.
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand the chromosome segregation?
Yes, I did understand it.
Okay. You ask about metaphase, okay?
Oh.
Okay. We say that during during metaphase, the spindle fiber that attached to the chromosomes from the centromere still pulls the chromosomes. Okay, and we say that we have two centrioles. Each one of them have its own spindle fibers. The spindle fibers attached the chromosomes from the middle and stipules. For example, if someone pulls Fatima, for example, if someone pulls your left hand and the other one pulls your right hand, each one of them pulls you in its direction, right? Fatima, right?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. somehow يعني في الميتافيس بس السباينال فايبرز دول بتعمل pull للكروموزوم.
in all phases, in prophase and metaphase and anaphase.
Okay.
But in metaphase, you can say that the forces of the poles of the groups of spindle fibers are equal. When someone pulls your left hand and the other one pulls your right hand, when the R forces are equal, what happened to you?
I stay in my place.
Right, it's still in the middle.
Yes.
So you can see the chromosomes in the shape or in the figure that represent the metaphase. Make one line. Make one line. Okay? After that, in anaphase, the force of the poles increases. So it makes the chromosomes what?
Separate.
Excellent. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Which cell cycle checkpoint determines whether the DNA has been replicated correctly. Which is the cell cycle checkpoint determine whether the DNA has been replicated correctly. The DNA replicated during S phase. So you can't know that the duplication is making correctly in the stages or the phases that comes before the S phase. It must be comes after the S phase. So the process that comes after S phase is G2. So the right answer will be D. Okay, Ziad, no problem. Okay, Mahmoud Ashraf, no problem.
بس لسه مش في تشيك بوينت في الاس ستيج ولا ما فيش؟
Each stage have checkpoint, but the question ask about to be most correctly. Okay? Why?
طب ليه ما يعملهاش في بعد ما يتعمل الدي ان اي؟ ليه مش في الدي ان اي synthesis check point؟ ليه مش في البي؟
Okay, no problem. Okay, the S checkpoint may be determine the correction of the DNA duplication, or maybe still duplicated of DNA. The next phase or the next stage it may be, or the main phase, it can determine the DNA replication correctly 100%. For example, when you have a math problem, okay, or math equation, and you get the result from the first time, okay, Fatima,
Okay.
to be 100% correctly, you will repeat it the steps again, or trust in the first one.
Repeat the steps.
You got it?
Yes.
So, to be 100% correctly or accurated correctly of the DNA duplication, it will be in the next stage of the duplication, not in the same stage. So it will be G2. Okay? Next slide. What happens during mitosis? We say that mitosis is the division of nucleus of the cell. So prokaryotic doesn't divide by mitosis because it doesn't have nucleus. Number 8, cell division in prokaryotic cells is called. We say that the most common example of the division of prokaryotes, for example, bacterial cell, is binary vision. Is binary vision, not binary fusion. Not binary fusion. Fusion wrong. Binary vision, the right answer. The next question, write the vocab word with the proper definition. Okay. What's the meaning of binary vision? Cancer, cell cycle, cell division, cytokinesis, DNA replication, G1, G2, interphase, mitosis, synthesis phase, tumors. Let us see. Next slide. Binary vision occurs in single cell or prokaryotic cell which don't have a nucleus. Okay. The binary vision steps: the parent cell, like bacteria, have its own genetic materials in the cytoplasm, divided into two new one. Okay, the two new one identical to each other and identical to the parent cell. After the division, the parent cell disappear. The parent cell disappear. What is the meaning of cancer? Cancer is a disease occurs when the cell cycle is not regulated. We say that and explain what the meaning of cell cycle is not regulated. Cell cycle is not regulated means disorder in the sequence of cell cycle stages. The stages of the cell cycle. Okay. Number 1, interphase. Number 2, mitosis. Number 3, cytokinesis. When the disorder occurs in the cell cycle stages, it means the cell cycle is not regulated, so the cell may be infected by cancer if the cell exposure to some chemical toxics or radiation. Okay. The meaning of, sorry guys, I have problem in the sheet, so I will explain oral. Cell cycle. What's the meaning of cell cycle? Cell cycle is a series of events that occurs to the cell and includes 3 main stages, which are interphase, mitosis, and cytokinesis. At the end of cell cycle, the cell is divided into 2 identical cells or 2 daughter or sister cells. The meaning of cell division. Cell division means the cell divided into 2 new cells, and the 2 new cells identical to each other and identical to the parent cell. Okay. The meaning of cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means the division of cytoplasm, and it occurs at the end of mitosis division. DNA replication. DNA replication means making a new copy of DNA, and that occurs during a stage of the interphase of the cell cycle. Growth phase, or G1. G1 means the first step of interphase. During it, the cell increase in the size and synthesis of 20 amino acids, and some organelles are making. Growth phase 2, or G2. G2, cell organelles, most of cell organelles are divided or making. Interphase. Interphase is the longest part of the cell cycle. Longest part of the cell cycle. Okay. Mitosis. Mitosis is the division of nucleus of the cell. Guys, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me, guys? No one hear me?
سامعك يا مستر.
Okay.
مستر
Yeah.
سامعني؟
Yeah. I hear you.
أصل مديني علامة unmute.
Also me. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Where is the other guys?
I'm here. Someone hear me?
We are here. All of you hear me?
يس يا مستر أنا
Yasin.
يا
Okay.
مستر سامعني كده؟
Okay, I hear you. I think there's some technical problem. Okay, we will finish the session now, but there is a online quiz for you tomorrow, inshallah.
ليه كده؟
أيوة بالظبط.
Okay, all of you hear me.
أوكي.
Okay, so you
لسه
have
الامتحان عن إيه طيب؟
cell cycle.
هنقول لهم احنا برضه على الجروب يا مستر لأن ما نصهم طلع ده.
Okay. I know. Most of them join and I see you, then leave the meeting. I know.
حاجة يعني استغفر الله العظيم مفيش غير أنا اللي ملتزم في الفصل.
We don't have more than one Yasin, just you.
والله don't small us يا مستر.
Okay, guys. Okay, we will end the meeting now. Don't forget that you have online quiz on the cell cycle tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, you will find the link on your LMS, and there is code. I write it to join the exam. Okay. See you next session, inshallah. Good luck. Bye bye.